One would probably say I'm a wino, or I'm a woman that likes wine. You would all be wrong. What would be right is that I don't drink wine, but I like to cook with it. Because wine actually makes me sick. But I like to cook with it. Because something in the cooking process doesn't make me sick, but I love to cook with it. So my pasta dishes, my Chardonnay in linguine and clams is amazing, right? It's amazing, especially if you've just caught the clams, like I'll go clamming. You better bet we're going to have some linguine and clams that night. Or something special with some chicken. I mean, all of these. There are recipes that I use for all of these. Why do I buy the little tiny bottles? Because I'm not going to drink it. So I think it was really hilarious. I'm at the grocery store yesterday and I'm shopping and I'm getting everything that I want. And I got one package of each because I very rarely ever can find these. And I finally found a whole bunch. And I'm like in line and this woman looks at me and she goes, "Oh, you're having a party?" And I'm looking at her going, "No." "Well, what's all the wine for?" And I love it when people talk to me. I love it when people talk to me when I'm standing in line. I love it. And I'm like, "Oh, I cook with it." And she goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because I can't actually drink it because it makes me sick. It makes my stomach hurt. So I buy the little tiny bottles and I cook with them. And the bonus is I don't have any waste. I don't have to try and figure out what to do with the leftover wine. And each recipe usually calls for this amount." And she's like, "Oh, that's genius. My husband and I always have a glass of wine and then we never want to finish the rest and it always goes bad before we remember to finish it." She goes, "That's genius." Yeah, sometimes I have a good idea. Sometimes. Now whiskey doesn't make my tummy hurt.